Hey there, this is Peyton here with Profit Daylight. On this video, I want to talk to you about the text editor element inside of Elementor. So I'm going to create a new post. And with the classic editor, I can modify the text that I'm going to enter in a post or a page. Now, these are the buttons that I will get in a classic editor. And I'm going to show you that with the text editor inside of Elementor, you can pretty much do the same. So let me just go ahead and click Edit with Elementor. And I'm going to use this text editor here. I'm going to drag it to the right. And as you can see, I get pretty much the same buttons that I got in the classic editor. It's very easy to use the text editor inside of Elementor. For example, you can change the paragraph, the header. You can also style up the text the way that you want. You can insert links. You can change colors. So pretty much you can do the same as you will do with the classic editor. In this case, for example, by clicking or touching on the element, I can do drop cap. I turn it on, and that's what happens when I put on the drop cap. You can pretty much do that with the classic editor too. So as I said, you can insert a link if you want. Let's say you wanted this to be a clickable link. You will come here to insert link, and you will just go ahead and insert the link that you wanted there. You could also change the color of your text inside of the page builder. You just select what you want and change the color here. Now, there are other things that you can do underneath the content properties, because as usual with these elements, you have three properties or three types of properties. You have content, you have style, and you have advanced. So right now we're underneath content, and underneath content, I only have this option, which is a text editor. I can also insert several columns. So let's say, for example, let me just turn off the drop cap. Let's say, for example, this text was a little longer. So I'm just going to put more of the same text there. Okay, so let's suppose that this text was this long. I could also come here by columns, and I can put it for 2 columns, so 5 columns, whichever amount. And I can also modify the gap between columns. Now, another thing that we can do here is we have the text editor inside of the text editor. We have the visual editor inside of the text editor as well. You have the same options with the classic editor. Let's say, for example, I'm going to insert another text editor here, another text element here. Let me just go ahead and come over to a website. Let's say that you had some HTML or some CSS code to enter into WordPress. I'm going to suppose that you know what this is. Let's say you had this code that you wanted to enter and you want to style it up and all of that. Well, you can do it. I'm just online on a HTML editor. I'm just going to copy this code here. And I'm going to come back to Elementor, and I'm going to come to this second. Let me just remove this one, not to confuse. So I've removed the first text editor that we were using before. Now I'm using the second one, and I'm going to go over to the text tab inside the text editor. I'm going to remove the text that is there. And in theory, when I paste the text that I have copied from this website, I should get the same information or the same styles that I get on the right, or at least the majority of them. So I am going to paste it there. And as you can see, I have entered some code inside the text tab underneath the text editor, and it styles it pretty much the same way how you see it here on this website. So it's very good that you can include HTML inside of Elementor. Now you can also obviously style this box the way that you wish. You can put a background, all the options that we have covered in other videos here, just getting a background color. So you can style it the way that you want. As I said, we have covered those parts in other videos. You can put border, you can go to advanced, and so on and so on. And let me just go ahead and include another text editor here. Let's say, for example, I'm going to use from this website, I'm going to use or insert this box here. So I will just copy the code, and I'm coming to my text editor. I'm coming over to my text tab inside of the text editor, and I'm just going to paste the code. And as you can see, it inserts the same code that we had on that website. So you can do that as well. And then you can obviously style the text editor whichever way you want. So I'm aligning the text to the center, to the right, or justify the text. I can come here, a text color, and just change the color. I can also do the same with typography. I can change the typography I wanted. Say I don't want that one. I just touch the pencil here and back to default. Or I can change this, maybe select another font here, whichever one that I wish. So it's a pretty cool way of getting some styles. You can go online and look for HTML editors, and you can play around with the option. When you get what you want, you can come over to the text editor inside of Elementor, and under the content tab, you can go over to the text tab inside the text editor, and you can paste the code that you get from your HTML editor, and you will get something like that. And as you can see, I can completely style this up the way I want. I'm just going to eliminate the color, and I'm going to also eliminate the typography. So it's going to come back to normal. And other things that you can do, as I said, underneath advanced, we have already seen that on other videos. I can put some margin and padding. You can look on my playlist and look for the videos where I talk about margin and padding. And you can also put effects and backgrounds and all of that. So it's pretty easy. The text editor inside of Elementor, you just come to your elements and drag it into your page builder and start working and modifying the text editor. So that's all there is to it on this video. I hope it has been informative. If it has been, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I will appreciate that, and subscribe. I will continue posting more videos about Elementor. Until then, I appreciate your time and thank you for watching this video.